Result of that, technology has not only helped to provide access to information and to our customers. In addition to that, it has changed the work culture of our library professional colleagues. So today's and also in the future libraries, what we are already visualizing as the libraries of virtual libraries, smart libraries, whatever it is, it's all IT-enabled LIS profession, IT-enabled LIS works and services. They require a different stream of band of LIS graduates. It is the onus is on the LIS schools of our country, where we have to take note of what changes are happening in the field of technologies, and accordingly how the changes are taking place in the working environment of libraries. In addition to these two, we should also give a more importance to the expectations of the users. Today's customer population is more of IT savvy, and their expectations are immediate, instant. So accordingly, we have to prepare our LIS graduates and also existing LIS professional colleagues to meet such kind of these drastic and dramatic changes happening in our field. So I am very happy to know that IATLIS has taken the very good initiative of having their own website. Through the website, organizing so many such kind of webinar and also other type of the professional programs. Today, we have all the schedule, we are all witnessing the first webinar program under the IATLIS, which is entitled as the Focus for Success, Define Your Destiny in LIS Profession and Beyond. The theme or the title of this today's webinar topic is aptly chosen. It reflects many things and also pass on many messages. I hope that the deliberations what Nagappa will going to make a presentation will going to give a lot of inputs and also make a lot of impact on our LIS professional colleagues to reposition themselves and also LIS schools to reposition in preparing our LIS graduates for the current as well as the future needs. So with great happiness, once again, I want to share in a short span of time for any professional organization, membership drive is very, very important. It gives a lot of boost for any office bearers and others. So the quantum of membership matters a lot for any professional associations. I am glad the new band of office bearers, with the guidance of like Professor Jagtar Singh, has taken a good initiative of increasing such a great extent in a very short period of time. I appreciate and also they congratulate the President, Secretary, and also other office bearers have taken the first step of this membership drive, which is very, very important for strengthening any professional organization. It is not the responsibilities of office bearers alone to achieve the objectives of any professional association like IATLIS. It is the responsibility of the members. We have to give a supporting hand, active participation, effective guidance, suggestions. So then only our professional associations will going to become more active, more visible, and that will help us to achieve our objectives. I congratulate once again for this kind of an initiative. With great happiness, I have unveiled the IATLIS the website, and I'm very happy that you have taken a good first presentation by a winner program by Dr. Nagappa, who has a rich experience in such a reputed organization like TCS, and he's always so helpful, supportive in all aspects for our library profession. And I hope that these kinds of ventures will going to make a lot of impact in our LIS education and research, as well as the practicing sector. With these few words, I am very happy, with great happiness, I unveiled this particular website, and I wish this IATLIS should find a very great success rate in the coming days and serve the profession in a most befitting manner. So I congratulate the office bearers for their spirit as well as their commitment in taking up such kind of an issues, and we want to see such kind of more and more such kind of programs for the benefit of our students, teachers, as well as our practicing librarians. So this is a time for us to giving an opportunity for exposing our all the stakeholders, including our users, to these new kind of a changes. So I hope that librarianship in India will going to see a new light in the coming days, and the leaders of this today's LIS profession, they have clearly understood what is their greater responsibilities. Opportunities with us, but equally what is required with the existing limitations, we have to exhibit that we are all capable in serving this profession and making this profession more visible and also this active. I once again thankful for the IATLIS Secretariat for giving me the opportunity to see many of my good friends who are participating here from different locations. And I wish this program a great success. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much for your great wishes and also for your motivational words. Once again, I would like to disturb Dr. Ramesh sir to introduce moderator of this session, that is Professor Jagtar Singh.
Once again, very good morning to you all. Indeed, it's my great pleasure to introduce another very distinguished personality, Dr. Professor Jagtar Singh, presently working as a Dean, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Chief Librarian of Akal University, Batinga, Punjab. Before this work, Dr. Jagtar Singh served as a Professor of Library and Information Science and the Chairperson of Human Resources Development Cell and Chief Librarian of Guru Kashi University, Batinga, Punjab. He was also served as a former professor and head Department of Library and Information Science, and also the former Dean of Faculty of Education and Information Sciences in Punjab University, Patiala. He was successfully guided 14 PhD students and contributed more than 100 research papers, both at the national as well as international peer-reviewed journals, and 10 personal and edited books, including one of the very unique book. It was published under the name UNESCO's Million Year Book for the year 2015 and 16, is one of the contributor to the Think Critically, Click Wisely, UNESCO's second edition of ML, a curriculum for educators and the learners. He was also responsible for development of 5 laws of media and information literacy in collaboration with Dr. Ahin Grichel from Program Specialist Communication and Information from UNESCO headquarters, Paris. These have now has been adapted by UNESCO and translated into all official languages of UNO. He is a recipient of many prestigious awards, name a few, including Commonwealth Academic Staff Fellowship and PLA Professor MP Satija Award for Professional Excellence in 2008, and Pakistan Library Association Lifetime Achievement Award, and ILA PSG Kumar Lifetime Achievement Award from 2018. He has served as a president of IATLIS for 3 consecutive terms and the Punjab Library Association for 2 terms. His research areas of interest includes LIS education, media and information literacy. His CV continues as more than 40 pages, but he has greatly contributed in the field of library and information science. And we are happy that presently he is serving to IATLIS as a director of collaboration and partnership. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation to be the moderator for this webinar. I extend a warm welcome to you, Sir Professor Jagtar Singh Ji. Now, the session over to Professor Jagtar Singh Ji.
Thank you very much. Professor Mesha, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I am deeply grateful to the IATLIS leadership and all the team members. And though it's virtual, but I feel very happy to see Dr. T.D. Kemparaju. Long back I met him, and today I'm seeing him on the screen. So they say something is better than nothing. If it's not face-to-face meeting, at least virtually I can see him, and we are taking benefit of his massive experience as Vice Chancellor of the university. See, these are temporal positions, but the important thing is he is our friend and we are all friends. Now, coming to this webinar, before I introduce the keynote speaker today or the main speaker, I want to tell you that everyone should put a fundamental question. Who am I and what is the purpose of my life? That is the central question. So Dr. Ramesha has said that Professor T.D. Kemparaju is a good human being. D.J. Foskett long back said that librarianship is humanism in practice. And Dr. Ranganathan said, while introducing reference service, take my hand, I have passed this way, I know the truth. So when we are talking about truth and reality, see, there are only two fundamentals of truth. These are birth and death. In between, that is not truth, that is reality. So reality is temporal, reality is temporary, but this truth is permanent. So birth and truth. Whatever happens between birth and truth, birth and death, that is the lifespan. I am reminded of T.S. Eliot, who says, where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in? Where is the knowledge? Where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in information? And on the top, he is saying, where is the life we have lost in living? Now, we must differentiate between what is life and what is living. Life is given to us by nature or God, you can say. Living is we are to decide how we are going to live this life. So, if we extend, when T.S. Eliot says, where is the knowledge we have lost in information? I'll take it further. Where is the information we have lost in data? And where is the data we have lost in big data? As Dr. Ramesha was saying, that we are having information entrepreneurship, and we are talking of information and communication technology developments, digital literacy, media and information literacy. These all things are good, but we must remember, these are simply tools and technologies. Fundamental thing is these should not lead us, these should follow us. These technologies should not lead our educational system. These technologies should follow us. Now, what is the biggest contribution of information and communication technology? That it has given a death blow to the traditional constraints of space and time. You are connected today. The life is not 9 to 5 today. You are connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days of a year. And there is a long tail theory. If you have this mobile phone, hardly matters you are in a on road, you are at home or at work, you are connected. You learning and networking, that's the main thing. But if lot of information is coming, then lot of problems are also coming. When Dr. Ramesha was talking about information overload, now there information overload is the context of media and information literacy, because you see there is a lot of misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, conspiracy theories, hate speech, internet trolling. How to stop that cyber crime? So there lies the role of library and information professionals, and beyond, how we are going to counter it. See how we are going to reinforce the human rights. When we are talking of information overload, these are leading to info stress, techno stress. Now, information stress, whether it is information stress or it is techno stress, stress is the silent killer. And minimum level of stress is necessary for work. But too much of stress is a silent killer. So we are to train people. And there is also technomania and technophobia. See, there are people who are scared of technology. So they are suffering from technophobia. They resist technological developments. There are other people who are having technomania. They think, for them, Google has become the godfather. They think all the answers lie in the Google. But if you see Google Maps, they say Arunachal Pradesh is part of China. How can you trust that information? That's why we are saying if you need quality information, you will not have to go to Google or Wikipedia. You will have to come ultimately to the librarian or the information scientist, because there everything is selection based, everything is quality control. So that's what I want to say, that today's topic is very relevant. I want to congratulate the IATLIS that they have started. It's a good start today. We have inaugurated the webinar, and then we are having this the website of the IATLIS, and we are having this webinar. Now I come back to the same question: who am I, and what is the purpose of my life? Everyone should ask this question. Now, when I am saying, see, remember, when I am talking of who am I, there are three things: self, society, and cosmos. Self means, first of all, you have to do your SWOT analysis. Then society, what society is contributing to you and what you are contributing to the society. So we have to see that there is a symbiosis between the libraries and the society. Libraries develop society, and society develop library. And then the self, society, and cosmos. Now, where is the tragedy? We are disconnected from ourselves, and we are disconnected with the mother nature. So long we do not connect ourselves with our inner self and with the society or with the cosmos or with the nature, we should understand the cycle between the seed, plant, fruit, and seed. That cycle is going on. But more important is the ecology, the ecosystem. When I tell you that today I am serving my Akal University. This is at Talwandi Sabon. And the privatization of education is there. Why I have joined Akal University? Because their ecosystem, their ecology is very strong. Their organization culture is very strong. I find the place where I can self-actualize. I can give my 100%. When I'm saying this library and information profession has given me a lot, but it's now my turn to serve my Akal University and to give something to the society. When we are talking about education and this knowledge and wisdom, I tell you, education is merely a syllabus. We prescribe the syllabus, and then we try to conceive syllabus, then deliver syllabus, and evaluate the students. But we are to see whether that syllabus or that competencies and skills are employable in the existing and emerging job market. That Dr. Nagappa will tell. Today, it's not the time for employment. It is the time for employable skills. It's not the time for teaching. It is the time for learning. And learning is a lifelong skill. It starts from the cradle and goes up to this graveyard. Now, I tell you, there are 4 goals in one's life. These are personal goals. My most important goal is that I should be a healthy person. Then family. If I'm married, I have family responsibilities also. If I'm drawing salary from the institution, then it's my institutional responsibility that I should contribute something to the. Then my professional. This is my professional column. The Dr. Ramesha contacts me that you are to moderate the session because this profession has given me a lot. It's my turn to repay to my profession. And then a social goal. In society, many people are suffering. Many people are have-nots. What we are doing today? I tell you here, there are many gaps and divides. The biggest gap is the digital divide. The biggest gap is the information divide. The biggest gap is the gender divide. The biggest gap is the economic divide. So are we addressing those? Are we identifying with the underdog? That's the mission of the library and information professional. Do we identify with the have-nots? What we are doing for the rural people, what we are doing for the women folk, what we are doing for the old and what we are doing for the disabled people. When we are talking of education, are we talking simply of literacy, or are we talking about this ethical education, moral education, or taking it further to the spiritual connection with the divine? Because there are 2 types of energies: cosmic energy and kinetic energy. Cosmic energy we are getting from the nature, from the God, and kinetic energy we are getting from food and nutrition. When that connection between the cosmic energy and the kinetic energy is going on, life is going on. But it is for you to decide whether you live a spiritual life or you live a materialistic life. Materialistic focus means death. Spiritual focus means you are living your life. So when we are talking about these four goals are personal goal, well, everybody should be healthy. Then educational goal, we want to become something. And then professional goals, what we are contributing to the profession, and similarly what we are contributing to the society across frontiers. Similarly, there are commitments: my personal commitment, my family commitment, my institutional commitment, my professional commitment, and my social commitment. When DJ Foskett says librarianship or reference services, humanism in practice, and Dr. Ranganathan has also said that books are for use. It means value lies in use. If you are not using anything, that does not mean anything. So whether these are books, and we are technologically thinking that library has become irrelevant. My dear friends, remember, library and book refuses to recline into the oblivion. Whether it's a traditional library, whether it's automated library, whether it's a digital library, whether it's a polymedia library, the word library refuses to recline into the oblivion. Similarly, whether it's a traditional book or e-book, the word book refuses to recline, because library and book are the concepts. And the beauty of the book is that it provides you comfort of companionship and luxury of solitude. That if you have a friend, he can irritate you, but the book will never irritate you. If you're traveling on a train or plane, you read a book, it provides you companionship, and you want to sit silently. And library at the first instance is a silent zone, then it's a local gateway to information, words of information. So there are many things, but my role is not of a speaker, my role is of a moderator. I come back to the role of a moderator. Before I invite the honorable speaker to communicate what he wants to share his experience and perceptions, briefly I want to introduce Dr. B. Nagappa. See, I am highly impressed with the biodata of this Dr. Nagappa. He is presently he is branch head of Tata Consultancy Services Information Resource Center. See, I hope that today that mist will be clear. What is data? What's information? How information is converted into knowledge, and how knowledge is applied in a wise manner. So, since 2005, and his areas of interest are strategic planning, very important when we are talking of tactical planning, strategic planning, long-term vision and mission, strategic planning, budget management, auditing, research and reference surveys, social work, intellectual property rights, information management. He has massive 27 years of experience of teaching and this management. He has obtained his PhD in Library and Information from University of Pune, and Master of Library and Information Science and PG Diploma in Translation from Karnataka University, Dharwad. I say when we are talking of access, there are four types of access: bibliographical access, physical access, language access, and conceptual access. So translation is very important to provide language access. So it's just like a blended whiskey. Dr. Nagappa is just like a blended whiskey that he uses translation also. Because if we have no translation persons, then communication will not be that effective. I cannot read French, German, and like Chinese. It's that the translation which provides me the language access. So he has obtained these degrees, and then he has. I will not enumerate. He is the recipient of many awards from different places, and he has massive networking and learning. He has been chairman like that. But the most important thing which impressed me a lot, till today I was talking about corporate social responsibility. But here from his CV, I came to know about individual social responsibility. Dr. Nagappa has been modernizing school buildings, donated computer printers, CCTVs, set up 2 smart classrooms, 2 highway primary schools, donated 56 tab preloaded with 10 standard textbooks for 112 students of 2 government high schools at Havar district of Karnataka, India. So in CSR, corporate social responsibility, he has spent 5,000 hours in capacity building and enhancement. So when we are talking of gaps and divides, the biggest gap is the capacity gap. And that I hope that today Dr. Nagappa will clear the mist and he will try how we can abbreviate or plug in the capacity gap. The focus of this webinar is students, budding professionals, teachers, and librarians. And the focus is not on library and information science. It is beyond, look beyond, across frontiers. Library and information science, schools, colleges, universities, these are not the only employment platforms. There are other platforms which Dr. Nagappa will be talking about, employable skills also. With this brief introduction about Dr. Nagappa, with the permission of the Honorable President of the IATLIS, I would like to start moderating this session. Am I allowed, Dr. Ramesha?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Go ahead, sir.
Dr. Nagappa, are you there, Dr. Nagappa?
Yes, good morning, sir. Good morning. I am here. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, very much.
Yes.
I can hear your melodious voice very nicely.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank
So
you.
my first question, it's not my question, it is a question from all the participants of this webinar. The first question is, what do you mean by destiny and success? We are talking about defining destiny because my perception is that destiny is already determined. जैसे हम मुकद्दर कहते हैं ना, destiny is already with us. Can we define destiny? And then what's your concept of destiny and what is your concept of success? Are you talking about materialistic success or it is ethical, moral, spiritual and material success? So this is my first question. Could you enlighten the participants of this webinar on this point? Dr. Nagappa, floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Jagtarji, for introducing me, as well as I think both Professor Kemparaju and you have covered a lot of things what I want to talk actually. And in front of you, I think I am a bit little experienced or knowledgeable, but I'll try my level best to highlight whatever possible way how best we can help each other, rather than saying that my insights will be only one side. So it's a learning from either side. And thanks, Dr. Ramesha, Dr. Keshav, and all the governing members of IATLIS for giving me this opportunity. And to come to your question, destiny, I think you have rightly mentioned in your moderatory talk, okay, where you have mentioned there are two destinations are very clear, right? Both starts with with a B and D. In between there is a C which is common, right? A, B, C, D. So A is missing. Okay, so C is common, which is our life, which is we are going to travel from one place to other place. In this context, when we talk about destination or destiny, after completion of our masters in library and information science, so where we are going to land, or what is our destination where we are going to start our new beginning or new phase of our life? Because masters, whatever we learn, mostly it is maybe about 80% theory and about 20% practice, where we can make this 100% theoretical into practice. So what is the destiny? Whether the place which I'm choosing, it could be the library profession, or it could be beyond library profession. How best I can make myself suitable and eligible, or meet the requirement to serve the purpose, so that my destiny of selection is in the first page is 100% correct. If not 100%, at least 90%. But we have to ensure that even last 10% also brings a big change. Okay. And success, definitely, it's not only like, you have set some set of goals and like, you have achieved. It doesn't derive or like, determine the success rate like 100%. It is depend upon various parameters. For example, if I want to meet your university, I might have struggled in various phases because I am new to Punjab, and like I may get into like flight, or like from there again taking a taxi, this that. But once I reach university, what would be my goal? What is my objective of visiting your university? That should be clear. Once that objective is met, then I can say the whatever the purpose of visiting your university is like it's fulfilled. That I can say. Once it is done, how best it is like taking me to achieve a success in my life or achieve what I wanted to do. That I think if I go take you through the presentation which I prepared, especially focusing on the students and the budding librarians, I think some more thoughts may clarify and provide. Can I go with the presentation, Professor?
Thank you very much. Dr. Nagappa has beautifully clarified. Destiny, according to him, is destination. So destination, basically, we say, एक हिंदी में शेर सुना था, मेरी जिंदगी एक मुसलसल सफर है, अगर मंजिल मिल भी जाए तो मंजिल और बढ़ा देना. तो that should be कि मतलब destination अगर मिल भी गया है तो take the destination further. So otherwise there will be stagnation. So Dr. Nagappa has beautifully said that success means focus. When we are talking object and subject, what is the difference? Object, the whole cosmos is the object, and our subject is library and information science. And in library and information science, today we are not focusing on library and information science. We are talking library and information science and beyond. We are taking our focus beyond. So here, the first focus was on what do you mean by destiny and success. Now the focus is going to shift. Now what is the next focus? That question is, what is the mission and philosophy of library and information profession? As I have said, that what is the purpose of my life? If living is that I woke up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I refresh myself, I take breakfast, then I rush to the work, again I come back, sleep, and that is living only. There is no purpose of life. First of all, we have to define the purpose of life. And then what I am contributing to my community, what I am contributing to my family, what I am contributing to the society at large. In that context, my second question is, what is the mission and philosophy of library profession, or what it should be? Dr. Nagappa.
Okay.
Sir, one second.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt you both. Professor Jakhtar Singh sir, Nagappa has prepared a presentation. So if you allow him to present his presentation, maybe many of your questions will be covered in that presentation, I believe. He requested for permission actually.
If we want to shift to that format, he is welcome to make his presentation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
please, sir.
Thank you so much, Professor and both, Madam. Yeah, I think some of the questions will be addressed. In case if my slides doesn't cover your question, I am happy to take at the end of the presentation. I'll not take more than 15-20 minutes, as already we are want of time. Madam, just confirm once my screen is visible. Is it visible?
No.
No, sir.
Yeah.
It's visible?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay, great. Good morning once again, and thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with you all and exchange the knowledge, rather than saying, it's not my talk or like whatever session. So it's just sharing knowledge, whatever possible from either side. And disclaimer, whatever views and content or anything is covered in this presentation or my talk, it's purely a personal from my side, and my organization is not responsible for any violation of copyrights. I'm going to cover these important points here. Let us talk about employability. That doesn't mean that employment. Okay, see, we have to understand the clarity between the employment and employability. Employability is nothing but whether the passing out students or the people who are already working in the industry are meeting the requirement of any organization. It could be corporate, it could be academic, it could be any sector. Okay. So in that aspect, I'm just trying to cover the latest report, which is being prepared every year, India Skills Report by one of the esteemed organization, WEEP. So here, most of the employment is highest rating of employability skills or skilled. The outcome of any university or institutions are from MBA and followed by the B or BTech kind of thing. Where we rest of the courses comes again, you can take about MCA and so on. And another thing, you can say the B Pharm or pharmacy, and where we stand once we complete BLIS and MLS. So that's a question mark, what we have to think.
Dr. Nagappa,
yeah.
Dr. Nagappa, your slides are not moving. Can you?
Now it is moving?
No.
1 minute, sorry then.
Yeah. Now it is okay.
Now
second one. This is second slide?
Yeah, right. Employability trends.
Trends in India. Oh, fine. Continue, sir.
It's now the coming right side talent matters. You are able to see?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is where most of the employment or the reports or the surveys being done focusing on the high requirement or high recruitment areas. But MLS, where we are standing, how best we can make a space in this kind of survey so that we can get highlighted or visible in the market. Okay. And when we talk about employability, how best we can improve or enhance our skill set to meet the industry requirements. I just come up with one catchy word like dare to ask. What do you mean by dare to ask? Dare is nothing but dreaming. Okay, dreaming is not like when we get dream in the night when we sleep. Okay, it is a daydreaming. Okay, and what is the aim? How best we can aim ourselves to achieve a greater success. Okay, when we are aiming or dreaming, we have to realize our potential, whether I am capable to achieve what I have dreamt, what I am aiming. That is very much important. So that will help us to excel in any field. That is only possible when you have a good attitude and a great skill set and the knowledge what we represent ourselves to the industry or the organization. That is only this dare to ask, which is possible when you have Vigas. I think many of you maybe might have not heard, except few people, seniors here. Vigas is nothing but a beam in the life. Okay, when you look into the old houses where we used to have a mud house. Now all RCC concrete roofs are there. So we used to use the wooden beams, which is the main important a portion of the house, because without beam the house roof cannot stop, right? Otherwise it may fall. So what do you mean by Vigas in our today's session? Vigas is nothing but the vision, the goals, and the action which turns into a success. How best we can make these Vigas into a reality? The vision should be what you want to achieve, where you want to be. Whether you want to be a library, or if you want to be in library after 5 years or 10 years, what you wanted to be in library, whether it's a chief librarian or professor or the associate professor and so on. Or dreaming big is not a big issue. However, whether can you focus on success, how best you can focus. You can look into the lens here. The far away things also can see very closely. That is only possible when you align with your values and goals. Okay, and prepare to commit time as well as resources which are required to visualize and establish yourself in the market or in the profession. Okay, and when you look into the goals, the another important part of Vigas, that is short-term goals and long-term goals.
Again, Dr. Nagappa, sorry, now your slides are not moving now.
Oh,
now
1 minute. I'm just unsharing and sharing. Then 1 minute. Okay, sorry for
no issue, no issue.
Okay, I am sharing entire screen and try once again. Okay, let me know. Now it is able to see the goals part.
Yeah, goal spot is there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was
At the
talking
bottom.
about the visualization. You were able to see the previous slides, the Vigas.
This is Vigas.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I think then I am in the right path. Okay. So these are the how best we can plan and visualize ourselves to make it more successful. When you look into the short term and long term goals, so what could be the short term goals as a student? So achieve the best record or score in the exams. Okay, try to be excellence. How best you can become excellent student, or what kind of new things can be learned. Okay, plan your adventures and plan your the whatever 2 years or 1 year you are in the department, and or as a research scholar 3-4 years. So what best you can achieve in that short term goal. Okay, if you look into the picture, football player, if you look see the net, where he has to make the goal, it's almost about 180 degree he has to kick. So how much planning is involved? It's a short term goal actually. How best he can make that goal into successful, right? So that similarly as a sportsman, if you think into in our day-to-day activities as a professional, so definitely we can come up with some goals. A long-term goal could be becoming a good librarian or a professor or a manager or a director. You can go beyond even the officers at state as well as central level. Okay. When we are talking about goal, it should be smart actually. It's not simply goal means, okay, I want to become a prime minister tomorrow. So is it possible? It's my goal. However, is it possible? That question we should ask who I am, as rightly mentioned by Professor Jagtap Singh. Okay. So who am I? Where I am? So, okay, that kind of WH questions, that 5 W and 1 H, that question should be asked ourselves. Whether the goals are measurable, specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic, and whether we can achieve in a time-bound manner. Okay, specific, for example, I want to be as a student example, I want to score highest percentage in MLS degree, right? This is very specific. You are focusing only on the MLS percentage. So is it measurable? Yes, definitely it is measurable in terms of percentage. Is it achievable? Yes, achievable. However, what kind of power, what kind of the ability to achieve this goal in you, whether it is realistic to achieve? Yes, it is realistic, subject to if you realize your potential and fill those gaps, then only it is you can achieve it. Is it a time bound? Yes, definitely it is a time bound, because whenever the exams conduct, you can work accordingly and achieve the success, right? That's how we can plan. If you take the very important part of our success is that is the action. Once we set the goal, what kind of actions we have to take? If you go through a small clip of video of the fox, how it is aiming for a food. Okay, when you look into the complete video, you can see step by step the fox is hungry. However, in the ice or Himalayan ranges, it is difficult to get the food, right? But if you have a goal or the aim to get something, it is not impossible. It is a possible thing to do when you focus for success. If you look into the each and every moment of this fox, it is jumping and hitting the ice and getting inside by getting hurted itself. But sometimes it failed to get the food what it is looking for, right? So see, again, this is the second time it is tried to hit. It went further inside, but I'm not sure whether the success rate is right or not. Now it got something to eat, right? When you are studying in the department, when as a student, or when you are working in the library, so don't think that, okay, you will not achieve success. Definitely, there will be a great success in your life, subject to if you are ready to take a risk. It may be, you may not work like a fox working for a food. You just give some thought. You just give some work to your mind. Don't work hard. I always don't like the people who work hard or use the term I work very hard. However, still our management or like no, not giving a promotion or not recognizing my effort or not encouraging me and so on. Or even the students, they say, I every day I work, I study, but still I am not able to like no score much and so on. Don't work hard. You work smart. That is important. When you work smart, your visibility will be better than like no rest of the people. Okay, I'm just skipping the video due to want of the time, as just my objective was to like no just take you through the video. Okay, and when you talk about action, see, if you have gone through the Fox active, it was like no very active when it was on the task, right? And when it lost for the first time, it got get inside the eyes, but maybe injuries might have been there on its nose and mouth and entire body. However, it was so positive, and also it was very specific and like no made it itself accountable for finding the food, right? Because who will feed us? Who will feed that fox in the ice area, that Himalayan range, or like no wherever in the hill? So it is sure and specific that nobody will be accountable for its success, right? It made itself like no accountable for its success. Okay, it was clear cutly like no defined or like no noted what are the things it has to be addressed in the difficult situation. So that's where one has to write down the goals, what he or she want to achieve in the future. On that, you keep on brainstorming those goals with your peers or the friends or the teachers or your like no even superiors, right? And once we brainstorm, you keep a note of action plan and what are the steps to be taken to achieve the set goals, and ensure that each and every action plan and the goals which you have started working on that. So whether it's a measurable, if it is not measurable, the goal should make the goals into measurable one. Okay. And whenever you are working, as I said, realize your potential, whether it is possible to achieve or not. If there are some gaps, how best you can fill those gaps. Example, there are most of the cases we fail in 2-3 important things which is required. I'll cover in the skill set which is required in the next slide, right? And please increase or like enhance or improve your listening skills. If somebody is telling you something, carefully listen what they are telling, whether it is useful for you. If it is, what you can do, it is simple technique. Somebody tells something, or even you can you are listening to me now today. I don't advise you to take everything and like when you leave the webinar, you pick up which is suitable, important to achieve success in your life, or something which is may not be useful for you, maybe useful for your friends. You pass on that message, or something important for your personal life. So you pass on to your people whom you like stay with. Okay, so in that case, what happens, like people will start like or like get motivated to share more and more information, right? That is possible only when you are like improving your listening skills, and ignite yourself day to day basis. You ignite. Don't get discouraged whenever you are like not achieving something. To be honest, I if I want to like if you people, some of you want to know my 10th marks actually, which is may not be much pleasing. It is just 44.5, which is even not 50% of my daughter's 10th standard percentage. Okay, but I did not give up, so I improved upon in each and every exam further. Okay, that's how I could like reach this position. And I'll always like try to seek the feedback from stakeholders. It could be your friends or the family or the teachers or the peers. If you are working, don't hesitate to like take it the regular feedback. Once you collect, if somebody is given a negative feedback, don't think negatively, take it in a positive way. For example, when I completed my master's in library science in way back 1997, some of my friends like whether it's they joked or like seriously told me, Nagappa, you don't know how to speak both in Hindi as well as English, and you are going to Mumbai, right? I was for some time. It was shocked to me because I was just getting into the bus to Mumbai to hunt for the job, but suddenly this kind of comments came. But I took that as a challenge. I went to Mumbai and even I gave the interview for even for the peon post also. Right? Forget about librarian. I was giving a librarian post here and there, but when I was struggled to get the position in library, but I gave an interview for peon post also, or messenger post, or the clerk, and many things. Right? Because those words were very much like established, or like concrete, become a concrete kind of things in my mind. Who told that you cannot speak Hindi and English, right? I took that as a challenge and I tried to struggle. After 1 month of struggle, I could place in one of the reputed college, or best one of the top 10 college in Mumbai, and Navi Mumbai, right? And further, the still that my worry was about the communication comments which is passed by my friends was still like keep on making of awake, work upon it. Like what I did to improve the communication. Okay, I keep on reading the newspapers every day, Times of India. It is still I remember. I used to sit for 10-15 minutes. My roommates were scolding me, Nagappa, what you are doing nonsense. But still, I did not bother. I requested them. I want to improve my communication skills and I want to read it louder, not in the mind. Okay, so that I can see myself in pronunciation as well as the clarity in thoughts and how best I can read it. My grammar has improved as well as my oral communication also has improved. And once you improve, seek your feedback and work upon it, you try to examine the goals, whether you have achieved, and if it is achieved, what percentage of goals have been achieved, and periodically. If the things are not happening in your way, you revisit and reset the goal if there is a need, right? So that is only possible when you have a vision yourself. Act to achieve in your life. Don't hesitate. That's only possible when you want to achieve something. You have to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your what are the opportunities which are on your way, and most importantly the threats. Right? Many people many times we misunderstand what do you mean by strength. Okay, what is that weakness, whether it's a harmful or helpful. In many cases we unable to categorize whether it is the harmfulness is internal or external. Okay, so this slide I think it clarifies most of your doubts. Wherever I am great, you can say that can be a big strength. Whether the achievement, whatever we have done, what are those achievements, you can count it as strength. Level of your education, it could be masters or PhD and so on, or what kind of qualities you have with respect to a profession. Okay, those kind of things you can just make it a bucket of strengths. And what are the weaknesses, how best you can define yourself in your life, both professionally as well as personally, where you are bad, where you can improve. Are my personal flaws are there? What are personal flaws? Okay, and what kind of task should you usually avoid doing? If, so for example, if I want to jump about say 10 meters from the place without taking any help, is it possible or not? You have to do it realization. If it is possible, don't avoid. Okay, you mean don't jump it actually. It's like just example. In the same case, like for example, once you lose or you couldn't succeed in net exam, why you are avoiding taking another exam? You identify what were the flaws in that, where you have to improve, where you were bad, going to the previous exam records. You work on that and try to find out your failures, roots of the failures. Then only it is possible you can convert these weakness into opportunities, right? Whenever people, I always give a very simple examples. How many of you watch the TV every day? I'm sure every day, so most of you watch. And if you notice some of the people, anchors especially, there are so many actors, but we remember only the lead roles. That is, it could be an anchor, or it could be hero or heroine, or the third person or fourth person could be the main important villain character, right? So similarly, so how best you can make yourself to get noticed by other people, right? Take example, like many starlets are there, senior professors are there here. So how they have made, for example, very few people in India reached the vice chancellor position in the university, which is the highest position in academic sector, right? So when they reach each and everyone, if I'm working as a small library, a library assistant or a librarian, something like that, people, the visibility will be very limited. When you reach, example of like Dr. T.D. Kemparaju is a well-known personality in the industry, not only for LIS profession, in academy, in entire education sector now, because he has reached that position and getting noticed by many people across the country, even abroad also. How best you can work something different than other people. Okay, many people work as a librarian, but how best you can make a difference, right? I take an example of always try to connect your marketing skills or advertisements and anything which is close to you, right? Example of say Amazon.com, right? There are many marketing platforms. However, the Amazon, whatever you are buying, it gives a list of many things. Somebody asked the question the utilization of application of AI in libraries. You take simple examples somebody who has purchased a product. It gives the customer who purchased this product also purchase so and so products. Can a library system, can any AI tool, can we design such a way that okay, the person who has borrowed also borrowed so and so books in from library? This is my answer to your question also, just I'm trying to cover. So how best we can develop such a ecosystem to apply this kind of new technologies to provide a great solution and services to the user. Okay. Similarly, threats are like whether I am marketable or not. What are the obstacles do I face on regular basis? Who and what may get in my way? I think Dr. Jagtarji already covered some of the points here, and how best the changes in study or markets or job markets are happening, and what are the technical technical changes are happening in the industry. For this beautiful points I can say here, the three things you can focus on, that is STD. I think STD means many people misunderstand that, okay, that is standard dial and so on, that telecommunication related terminology. Here STD is nothing but soft skills, technical skills, and the domain skills. Let us see what are those soft skills. As I mentioned, the communication is more and more most important. I'm just highlighting for the students as well as the budding librarians or people who are in a entry level or less experience in the library profession to improve and work upon communication. It's not only we speak in English or any language which organization demand. How best we can articulate the things when you communicate. When you communicate, what percentage of your message is being passed to the person who is in front of you or to whom you are passing the information. Okay, whether it is the person has understood what you mean to say, that's what I call it as a communication. It's not only the way you write, read, and speak. Whether the message is truly received in a true sense. That's what I can say a communication, which is possible when you present in a very systematic way. Presentation is not only preparing a PPT, how best you can present in a systematic manner, the presentable way, where people will receive, understand what you are communicating, which is again depend upon what kind of skill set you have with respect to lead the audience by being a speaker on the place where we are going to communicate. That is again depend upon the adaptability. If there is a technical intervention is there, when you are talking something, when you are communicating something, it could be email, it could be chat, it could be many more things. How best you are adapting to the changes to meet the changing requirements in the industry. When I say industry, I'm not only focusing on the corporate, I'm covering the entire industry, which include education sector as well. Okay, and are you agile in terms of learning new things? Okay, if you say I am a library science guy, I have core set of subject and I cannot go beyond this, then I cannot say no, your success will be as you are looking for. When we don't get a promotion, we start blaming the seniors. Okay, these guys are bias or the making unfair decisions with respect to me. But in case if we become bit agile in terms of like no, sorry, if you become agile and like no willing to learn new things and adapt the changes, definitely the promotions or the focus, whatever you are having in your mind, will come in your way without any influence or recommendations. Whereas again, the work ethics and professionalism is very much important for each and every profession, and LIS is not an exception. Okay, and your creativity and innovativeness, especially Dr. Ramesh has clearly mentioned education and innovation. It's a very true sense. LIS profession has a great opportunity where you can contribute more in terms of innovation. People say always how LIS or libraries can like no be a pillar or like no to be part of innovation. If you recollect 2020 and 2021, where India or the entire world was passing through a big pandemic, most of the pharmaceutical companies were dependent upon the data and information. How many of us we were front runner to provide that kind of data to the scientist or the educationalist in the world? As a librarian, again, it's a question mark. Maybe some people in bits and pieces might have provided. However, one should know the success of any country depends upon not the economic or like no wealth. The success of the country depends upon how much you are strong in terms of the knowledge base and information. That is again like no the true information, not the fake one. And all these things again depend upon how much good you are in terms of addressing the issues which are coming on in your day-to-day life, both in personal as well as professional way. And are you a decision maker based on the information available, or whether we can take a right decision or not? This is again depend upon your prediction model, that is analytics. Once you go through the analytical, have the good analytical skills, that will help you to like know, especially people who are there in here, if you are doing a PhD and you are doing some kind of data analytics, definitely you can focus on more and more tools where the analytics can be done in a different way, like no to come up with the best results. And planning and organization skills, critical thinking and design thinking, coaching and mentoring. Another important thing is coaching and mentoring is not only yourself, also the people who are working along with you, and you have to be a more multitasking. Technical skills, when it comes to technical, there is a big list actually. I'm just listed out the technical skills which will help you to think beyond LIS, because as the webinar clearly says, the LIS and beyond. So I am just trying to list out some of the skill set which like give some areas or insights where the library science students, not only students, again, even the working people also think beyond librarianship. Okay, because sometimes after working in a library, like maybe 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, you want to make a change or move from librarianship, from academic or public library or special library to the other jobs. Definitely there are plenty of avenues. Even myself, I worked about 8 to 9 years in academic sector as in a teaching and librarian's capacity, but later I thought like let us move other than academics, where it pays off well, as well as like no your skills will be recognized, right? In academic also it is being recognized, but the limitation of positions in every organizations are very few, right? And if you are aspiring to achieve a greater success, or like no, if you want to make, for example, somebody like no in just last week one person called and telling that okay, he has been like no given a notice or pink slip kind of thing, whatever you can call. The reason unknown. In that case, what he or she has to do? If you have skill equipped with other than library science, okay, I think everyone knows like it is difficult to get a job in every sector. As you've seen in my first slide, employability skills are more important along with the qualification what we have. Don't think that okay, your master's degree only the main criteria for getting a job. Plus, if you want to excel beyond LIS professions, or these are the important things. These are all core subjects which are like no extracted from some of the important job portals like LinkedIn and so on, where this core, the roles are being announced very, very frequently. Okay, it could be a curation of the content, or it could be content management and DBMS. Okay, KM, reference management, information management, asset management. You name anything, which is I think some of the things already covered in the syllabus, and some can be part of your syllabus in the going forward. As I'm just putting into these points for the great teachers who are part of this conference, as well as being main face of the teaching fraternity. I think IATLIS is the best place where I can put forth my these recommendations to the association. You can just take these points to your curriculum, make a part of your curriculum, so that our products not only limiting themselves to the library profession, they can even think beyond the library profession. Okay, operational wise, if you at least get some knowledge about operational aspects, that's also good. Operational means you should be thorough. Don't write, especially this point is for the people who are applying for a job. It is very often noticed that the same CV is being sent to the employer. If a application is called for, say, example of content curation, the same CV is being sent. If the application is called for a librarian position, the same CV is sent. If it is for a knowledge management, same CV is sent. So someone, as a student, or the job aspirant may ask, sir, what is the wrong in sending the same CV when I have recorded all the knowledge what I want to share with the employer? It could be a valid question also. But however, when I am the same person going to office every day, why can't use the same dress every day? Why we are changing the dress every day? This is cross questioning to you all. Think on that. And for example, usually I don't wear the coat every day to my office, but today I am wearing the blazer, right? Because I want to be a different Nagappa than what I used to be in office or weekends, right? So why we think, and give very, very simple example so that you can connect to me. What is the relevance? What makes your CV should be changed whenever you are applying for different job position? Whenever you are applying, say, example of content management, you highlight your skill set related to content management on the top of the CV. Wherever you are writing the skills, you write and focus more and elaborate your skills related to content management. If you know any tool which is used for content management, whether you have attained some certifications, whether you have experienced in that area, that kind of thing should be highlighted in the CV. Then only it will attract the attention of the recruiter and shortlist the application. Otherwise, what happens if you send the same thing to everyone? We may lost, right? There are many examples in that way, okay, to take in our day-to-day activities, right? And don't prepare the if when you are applying for the corporate, don't prepare the typical the academic style of things. So even it could be a one-page CV. Use the presentation itself here. You go to presentation, open new, and type new presentation and write in the search option resume, where you can get the ready-made format for writing a resume, and try to align your entire content to meet within that one page, so that whenever you are sharing with any other than academic outside, because academics, there are some terms and conditions where you have to furnish every information. It's a good, again, you be different when you are sending applications to the rest of the business sectors. Okay, and what about domain skills? I think you are well equipped with domain skills. It's a library science and the subject which you studied. However, it is observed the knowledge, in-depth knowledge in any area, how it will impact. Say example of classification we learn everywhere. But how many of we know that even the Google also works in terms of at the back end, indexing is happening, classification is happening when you are searching something. There are many skill sets which are used from the library science in the IT sector. Example, say classification or indexing. There are many tools are being developed using the same concept. Are we aware of those kind of skills? Okay, you try to correlate your core library science or the 5 laws of library science into the changing environment in different business sector, so that you can meet your requirement to achieve that success in library and beyond also. Okay, upskill is important. Can somebody can guess and put a comment here, like what do you observe out of this picture? Think just beyond what you are seeing here. And I request if someone, Hemati madam, or if anybody, any answer comes, if you can let me know. You can ping just in the chat. What is this exactly?
I think it's a tip of iceberg, sir. Let me see the responses.
Okay. Yeah, maybe right or wrong. I don't give my answer right away. At least 1 or 2 comments. There are 100%, but anybody can give, including working professionals here, so that I can connect to the rest of the things.
It's ice mountain on the sea.
Mountain on the sea. In the
Ice
sea.
mountain.
Ice mountain. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Okay. Any comments, madam? If not, I'll just take myself. Okay. What you are seeing?
No comments, sir.
No comments. Okay, very good. What you are seeing, definitely it's a mountain. I can give the exact, I think madam already mentioned. So whatever is visible to us in the library profession, so mostly we focus either on the practicing librarianship, that is libraries as a librarian or deputy librarian or assistant librarian, library assistant, information scientist, and so on in academic and public and special libraries. Or when it comes to teaching, I think most of you know, no need to explain. But big thing is like, no, it's iceberg, as Professor Hemati mentioned, it's iceberg. So we saw what is just visible, maybe about 10-15% only visible. Let us see what are all the things which are like, no, the position which can suit to our requirement. Nowhere they mention library science. However, whatever we are studying on day-to-day basis in the department or as a part of our curriculum, if you strengthen a couple of areas, for example, we study IPR as a subject in MLIS. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, I think professors can correct me here. We study about knowledge management. We study about content management. We study about documentation. Like that, many things we study. However, how much depth we can get into it to understand thorough of the domain or the subject, which will enable you to think beyond the LIS profession. Okay, take example of like say business analyst and corporate or information management analyst and advisor. What could be the role? These are all the roles advertised in LinkedIn. Just yesterday night, I picked up some of the roles. I'm not telling simply because of the webinar conducted and I want to share something. These are the true roles advertised in the LinkedIn. Just picked up about 12 o'clock in the midnight. If you want to test, go back and test also. Okay, so the document controller, documentation specialist, or you can say digital librarian or digital manager, where like no, you have to work as like no digital asset manager, news aggregator, or learning resource person. And there are typical librarians positions also, or library director, library head, manager, okay, executive officer, and so on. And the another important portion in the right side also, like we talk about IPR, okay, and the data management, information management, records management, patent analysis, okay, how best you can come up with a profile the patent, okay, how best you can improve yourself to become a specialist. We study IPR, right? The intellectual property management. There are many roles available, but only thing is how best you can cope up with the changing requirement of the industry. Please note that the salary is not bad actually in the industry. If you have a right skill set, you maybe get even a much better than the academic and other sectors also. Only thing is how best you can decorate, I mean say not a makeup to your face to look smart, how much best you can decorate your mind with the required skill set. Right? It's not only the going with a tie and a suit for the interview. How best you can go with plenty of ideas, plenty of knowledge. Okay. how best you can respond to the questions without hesitation, how best you can have the best confidence when the recruiter ask you something to respond, right? That's only possible when you have a thorough knowledge about any specific area. In this regard, I strongly recommend the job aspirants who are looking or changing or want to enhance their career. It could be a challenging job in the corporate. However, you can definitely, if you make your mind, if you focus, the success will definitely come, right? Unless you focus on certain areas, take example of, like, say, a researcher. What role you can play? It's researcher is not only or like doing some questionnaire and like preparing something. Research can happen about even a company also. For example, your company working in some X sector. So what is that sector is looking for? Are they working on a particular company or the geography or something like that? You make some research on a particular company. That is called company profiling, or the geography research or market research. How best you can come up with a profile of particular geography so that my company can get benefits, right? And patent is not one's own product. Even librarians can play a vital role on each and every patent, the process. Librarian can play a major role. Okay, though we are studying, however, these are some of the neglected areas by us. To improve upon and work upon those areas, I request and suggest strongly, think and study more and more. Pick up. I don't advise everyone here who are aspirant for this kind of roles to study everything. You focus on one or two important area where jobs are frequently announced, posted on various platforms. You focus on, for example, also try to correlate the different positions. For example, IP management, patents, and research are very closely related each other, right? You choose these three areas and work on that, because all are interrelated each other. That will be easy for you to perform better in the interview, as well as once you get the job, perform at the work area also. So like that, the knowledge management, we study just theoretical part, but practically, how many of us are good in kind of knowledge management tools like SharePoint and so on? It is not only writing us pointers in CV that I know knowledge management, I am good in content. Also, you should be expertise in using the latest tools and technologies which are applied to manage these areas, right? So in a simple word, so if you observe this stone, it hardly has a value. If you use for building a wall, it will be inside the wall, whereas we are posting the covering that wall with the cement and sand, right? Or if you are putting or cutting it and making a tiles, we can use it for the floor, where we can walk along with the slipper, shoe, and so on. We can do whatever we want to do it, which is again less less visible or less identity or accepted or noticed by the people. Again, if you convert into a bit or different, take example of, if you convert this stone into diamond, definitely the value of raw material or raw stone is very, very negligible when you compare to the diamond, right? To convert yourself as a diamond, you have to apply so many cuts. You have to give yourself so much stress in terms of, I should not use the word stress. You should focus more on what kind of edges to be made and convert that stone into a diamond, right? To create that value, it is not with someone else. Why we respect the statue, or we go to the different temples and so on and salute ourselves? Why not the big stone which is there in the hill area? We salute and offer many things. We don't beg also there. Okay, God, please pass me in my exam. You give a good, bless me for getting a more score and all those things. Why we don't beg for the stone? Why we beg for the temple gods in the temples? Because that is the statue had been carved out of the raw stone only. That's where I suggest you to become a sculptor of your own life by carving or converting the stone into a statue, or the diamond which has higher value and return gift in your life. That's only possible when you respect your teachers and follow the instructions. It could be even the working professionals. It doesn't mean that, okay, we are already well-known professionals, we need not to listen to teachers. I mean to say teachers means not only the teachers who are in the department who teach, that is MLI students can definitely should take the advantage of their knowledge or expertise to learn as much as possible to extract their experience to get a success. Even the teachers who advise something can be even named as a teacher. If someone is guiding, so we can call them as a teacher in our life. And more importantly, whatever I covered about Vigas, you can look on that. And most of the leaders in the world, if you get into any airport, especially the great leaders or CEOs or the best companies owners, or if you look into their hand, most of them, they carry one print book in their hand when they are traveling. What do you mean when they are a CEO of a company? Why should still they should read the books? Because the books, whenever you read, you can become a lead. Okay, that's where readers are leader. A famous quote is there. Okay, where a library can promote this kind of culture to align ourselves, build a healthy ecosystem, and create our own visibility, both in LIS as well as outside LIS domain. That's only possible when you discover yourself and try to fill up the gaps. Discovery is not only the invention, you discover yourself in a new avatar. Okay, for example, the summarization was happening, or abstracting was happening, or the content creation. For example, people who are writing a thesis and article, earlier we used to refer many published articles and so on. Now we have discovered many tools called using generative AI or the AI tools. ChatGPT, if you type, I'm writing a thesis on so and so, can you give the content or structure, or can you write a thesis or an article? It will give in 5-10 minutes, not 5-10 minutes, hardly a few fraction of the seconds, depend upon the size of the document, right? So we have to discover ourselves in a new avatar, when we have to discover new services to meet the new changing requirement. That's only possible engaging yourself in various activities. With this, I think I'll end my note. Success, it doesn't come itself. You have to have a passion along with to attain that passion. If you have a good amount of effort to be made to achieve your objectives or goal, success will definitely come. I always take one example with respect to multitasking. This Neeraj Chopra, I think many of you know, though he is from a defense, but still he has also tried to focus on his passion also. That's where he has become a shining star for India in Olympics and many other sports. With this, I giving over to moderator, Professor Guptarji. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Any questions? I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nagappa, for this highly engaging and informative presentation. Dear participants, this presentation is now open for discussion. If any one of you have any question, you are welcome, or you want to add something, or you want to share your experience, you are welcome. Now, this presentation is open for discussion.
Sir, it's nice presentation, sir. Thank you for we have learned a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any question, please? I think this presentation was, and yeah, is there any question? Any question, please? If there are no
Somebody
questions,
was posted questions. I think.
Yeah,
Professor
Ishappa Bandi want to ask something. Dr. Ishappa Bandi.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning. It's always, I know Nagappa sir comes up with very innovative concepts, and he always engage the audience fullest. Thank you, sir, for this presentation. Sir, one thing, librarians, are we afraid to take new roles? I mean, maybe we are afraid in terms of skills or just situational. What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question and valid question, not only for the students here, even the professionals like us also. One thing is, it's very sure, we are a bit afraid, as you rightly mentioned, afraid to take a risk. Okay, but we know when we take a risk, definitely it will definitely we will achieve something, but we have to work accordingly. But that is somewhere that gap is there. I always love the people who try to rather than going in a bus, if there is an automatic update by putting some effort. So AC Vande Bharat. So why can't we stop ourselves? It's a matter of just taking an auto and going to the railway station and take Vande Bharat, right? You are going to stop, save the time. Also, you are going to enjoy the journey. Even people who want to travel by flight, I love them more than the people who go by Vande Bharat, right? The comfortness. Only thing is you have to make your mind to the changing things, changing space here. And another thing is skill set, as you rightly mentioned. We should be one of the skills what I mentioned about in the skills required, soft skills. We should be adaptable to the changes, and that's a big problem. What we do, since I am comfortable working as a librarian, why should I upgrade myself, right? Why should I improve, put some effort when I'm getting a salary, when my job is safe? Why I should put effort on that? So that kind of attitude we should try to change. I think I answered your question, Ishappa.
Yeah, thank you,
Sir,
sir.
Any other
sir, one more
question?
question is posed by intelligence adoption in the Indian scenario,
Yes, madam.
leading to copy pasting rather than understanding the use in effective use.
Yeah. In the beginning question, I missed out actually. Indian scenario. Before that, you said something.
Means AI application. AI
Okay.
application.
Yeah, AI application actually, as I mentioned in between, many people are started misusing. I don't say in academic misusing for writing an article or even writing thesis kind of things are also happening. However, how best we can some of the developments are happening to develop a tool in terms of plagiarism check tools where AI content also is will be rectified, whether the report or the thesis or article is generated by AI or a human being. If we can use the tool for thinking beyond what we have with us, definitely it's a positive note. If we want to make our job easy and simply use that and copy paste, then we are of no use. Again, that success rate will be only for that particular moment. When you go to job recruitment or recruiters, they will definitely will catch up in one or the other way. Okay. So I think this is a challenge. Actually, how best we can take the advantages. For example, these once you get the job, there are some kind of jobs where the leadership team, you have to submit some of the information. For example, when I mentioned about the company profile, if you are working for a corporate, say example of say Manipal University, education minister want to understand or the higher education minister in Delhi want to know what is happening in Manipal University in Bangalore or somewhere else, right? So if you can use chat GPT, something like that, and ask, write a profile on Manipal, what it will do, it will just capture important activities and features or courses which are conducted by Manipal and give a gist rather than I go to website and write. Again, the validation also is very much important in the content. As I had a bitter experience, I tried to write in a small article about me only, But at the end, I was disappointing note that Nagappa was dead in 1987. So when you create a content, the validation is very much important. But most of the chat GPTs are like, can be used for retrieving the information and providing the services which is related to user-oriented activities kind of thing. Okay. Madam, over to you. I think I have answered your question.
No.
Sir, very informative session, very useful. And what will be the impact of artificial intelligence on library services and resources, according to you?
Okay, it's a very good question. People, when it came to AI came in the market, and many people started thinking not only library, even other sectors also, jobs will be going to cut and people will lose the job and all those things. My question to some of here techies or whoever, who has created that AI? It's us, right? Human being, right? The technocrats have created that AI, right? It's not going to lose. How best you can optimize the resources, how best you can utilize it, apply it in your day-to-day basis. For example, being a librarian in a college or university or any other sector, if I'm providing the reference service by manually tracking the information, or if I'm giving the any info services by just doing a manual, why can't you apply AI tools or any machine learning or any other tools which can help you to extract the information or generate the content in a fraction of minute or second and make your job easy, which can be used to circulate with your stakeholders or the needy people, right? So that you can increase the services or make which will make big impact on your services. The effectiveness and productivity will be much better. The time which you used to spend for such kind of services can be reduced, and the same time can be utilized for something else which is not there in the profession. Hanipji, I think I have answered your question.
Okay, sir.
So any other question?
Thank you very much for your very informative session, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thanks.
Any other question?
Dr. Yakub Johnson raised his hand.
Dr. Nagappa, it's Tarsad here.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Dr. Nagappa, Tarsad here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your lecture was quite very interesting, and particularly the iceberg. 20% visible and 80% invisible. To what extent our present LIS professionals are ready for those invisible 80% of the iceberg? Whether the present qualifications and nomenclature is enough, or any other basic or advanced qualifications are needed? To what extent those additional iceberg, the big iceberg which is missing?
Okay. Yeah, it's a very, very good and valid question. Yeah, thank you so much for raising this question.
I'm very seriously asking, because there are many students here. You have presented them that there are huge opportunities are awaiting. But what is that hindering them? How they can fetch that job?
Okay. First of all, if you ask me whether the current the product which is going to come out, or people who are there in the industry are meeting the requirement or not, I cannot say 100% they are not fit for this kind of job. However, if they can focus on, as I mentioned in the last slide, iceberg slide, if they can focus on couple of things where they want to excel their career, definitely it is possible. And when it comes to the curriculum which is being taught in the LIS schools, can be looked into it. For example, when you asked a right question, whether the teaching is right or something else to be added. When I say knowledge management, one of the area where you can you have your the departments are teaching. However, are we going to cover some of the tools which are being used for managing the knowledge in various sectors? That's one thing which you can look into it. In IPR related, when I say IPR, which is another core and closely related to LIS profession, patent related. Why can't we train them to profile the patent or search the patent or understand the patent, read the patent, review the written patents, or summarize, because patent will be usually about in 30-40 pages. How best you can make it into convert that patent into a single 1 or 2 pages, which will give like our brief profile of a speaker, something like that. So how best we can train them to certain such areas? Definitely the opportunities will the widen. Okay, like that it could be content management, whatever I have mentioned in the slide. No need to, it's difficult to cover everything in the syllabi. However, if you can incorporate couple of things which are trending in the market and reoccurring in the domain, various domains or sectors, very frequently advertised. It could be like record management or research and research areas. So if they can come up with a small exclusive elective kind of thing, or maybe strengthen the existing curriculum with practical knowledge, definitely the more and more percentage of employability rates will increase in the LIS field, and also they can look into other jobs also which are listed here. Sir, I think
My saying is,
yeah.
my saying
Okay,
is, in addition to MLIS, they need to complete certain value-added courses, which
Yes,
will
yes.
fetch them jobs which you have listed in those 80%. Mere
Yeah,
MLIS or introducing few basics in MLIS may not fetch them, but what I want is the students should complete certain value-added courses or certain advanced courses.
They should
to add to their
they should complete certain courses. Again, when courses are just for the namesake to prove that I have gained some knowledge, but how best we are really thorough in that area, that makes that is a matter when you are giving an interview. It's not only I have done like diploma in IPR or a bachelor's in IPR or something like that. Though we have attained certain certifications, when it comes to interview, during the interview, if I cannot position myself compared to rest of the people, it's a waste of even that certificate also mentioning in the CV. Okay, there are many courses available in LinkedIn platform, LinkedIn Learning, or many other similar platforms are there where they are conducting exclusive certification courses. Even you can download the certification also on a certain areas. However, I advise the students or the people, the LIS friends here who want to change their job or look for better opportunity. Don't do the certification just for the sake of downloading the certificate and putting in your CV. You have to have a thorough knowledge in that, because LIS schools cannot teach everything. They are building a foundation. The construction of the house should be from our end as a aspirant. The color coating to the building, it should be from our end. The school cannot choose the color which you want to apply in your home or in your profession. Professor, I think I have right.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Nagappa. Well, I am sorry we have to close this session because time is a precious resource. Let me quickly conclude. Let me
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
No, somebody is speaking. You can put your question on the website. Okay. Now we are running out of time. Please put your question on the website.
It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Nagappa, it was so engaging and informative presentation that I feel tempted. I will talk to my university authorities to invite you to conduct a workshop or a session online. So that's my commitment to you, and I hope that you will spare your valuable time for our faculty and students. Now, quickly, let me conclude. Dr. Nagappa has focused on employable skills. It's not employment today, it is employability. That's more important. And as far as change management is concerned, they say lead, follow, or quit. Either you are to lead change, or you are to follow change, or you are to quit the scene. There is no place for grumbling people. So either lead or follow change, adapt and adopt to the changing requirement. Then he has talked about SWOT analysis. So I call it SWOT analysis. Instead of threats, we are to say challenges. Then after he has talked about effective communication. I have come to conclusion from this massive experience in this field that we have very poor listening skills. If you see panel discussion on the TV, people are not ready to listen to you. So that is in communication that we should have to see writing, reading, speaking, and listening. Our listening skills should be. What I want to say that our communication should be as brief as mathematics and as deep as philosophy. And then Dr. Nagappa has talked about looking beyond library and information science profession. Library and information profession. So we are to see what sort of jobs are existing and what sort of jobs are emerging. And we are to, this is just like, this is not nothing new. You see a child is born, the size of his clothes is different. When he grows adult, size is different. When he goes old, the size is different. If that change is taking place in our real life, why we are not to change in our profession? So personal and professional competencies. Then he has talked about knowledge management, content management, then IPR, patents, etc., and domain specific skills. See, I have talked object and subject. Object is the whole cosmos. Subject, our subject is the library and information studies. Here, one question was upskilling. See, the learning to learn, learning to unlearn, and learning to relearn. Upskilling. You have to upskill yourself. Then we were talking about tip of the iceberg. That is visible. What is visible and what is the basic function of universities and higher educational institutions is creation and dissemination of knowledge. Creation of knowledge is by research. Dr. Nagappa has rightly said that we should focus more on application research. You have seen in COVID-19 what happened. We had the disease, but we did not have the solution. So that many people suffered and many people died. So more and more application research is collaboration, academic, university, and industry collaboration is needed. And also, there should be new tools and we should look beyond library and study, and we should look smart. Then he is talking about this and wisdom and the whole thing like putting knowledge to that's Ranganathan has also said in his first of life science that it goes today information is for you, content is for you. So we are to fine tune. And then about
Sir, I think your voice is
Audio is not clear.
clear.
can be stitched out of the stone. Why can't we add value to our sources? Then we were talking about artificial intelligence.
Sir, your voice is not audible properly.
I reconnected.
So you can turn off the video so that the quality of the network will improve.
You know. Yes, please. Can you listen me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, and the bottom line is that we were talking about human intelligence and artificial intelligence. See, let me state, I am giving a bold statement here. Whatever is
I think due to network error, Professor Jakhtar Singh has disconnected, I believe. So at the outset, thank you very much, sir. I would like to convey sincere thanks to Dr. Nagappa sir and Professor Jakhtar Singh Sirji for conducting the proceedings of the session. And dear participants, so the session is, sorry, I request it's a duty to convey thanks to all who directly or indirectly contributed for the success of the event. I request Dr. Keshava, General Secretary, IATLIS, Professor, Tumkur University, to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
You are audible, sir. You are audible. Go ahead.
Okay. Before proposing vote of thanks, I would like to summarize the proceedings. Indian Association of Teachers of Library and Information Science successfully organized a webinar titled Focus for Success, Define Your Destiny in the LIS field, profession and beyond. The event saw active participation from 177 professionals across the country, indicating a high level of interest and engagement in the topic. The webinar commenced with a warm welcome and introductory remarks by Professor Ramesha, the president of IATLIS. He set the stage by highlighting the importance of the topic and its relevance to the current trends and challenges in the library and information science profession. Unveiling of the IATLIS website. Following the introduction, Professor T.D. Kemparaj, sir, former Vice Chancellor of Bangalore North University, unveiled the newly designed IATLIS website. He emphasized the significance of digital presence and how the new website would serve as a pivotal resource for members, providing updates, resources, and a platform for collaboration. Session moderation and introduction of the chief guest by Professor Jagtar Singh Ji. Professor Jagtar Singh Ji, Director of Collaborations and Partnerships at IATLIS, moderated the session. He introduced the chief guest, Dr. Nagappa, a distinguished figure in the LIS field, known for his extensive contributions and insights. Dr. Nagappa delivered an insightful lecture on Focus for Success, Define Your Destiny in LIS profession and beyond. His presentation covered essential strategies for achieving the success in the LIS profession and beyond, including setting clear and achievable goals, continuous professional development and learning, networking and building professional relationships, adapting to technological advancement and integrating them into practice. Dr. Nagappa emphasized the importance of defining one's destiny through a proactive and focused approach, encouraging participants to take change of their career paths. So in the interactive session, the presentation was followed by an interactive session where participants had the opportunity to engage with the speaker and the session moderator. The questions ranged from practical advice on career advancement to insight on overcoming challenges in the profession. The interaction enriched the session, providing diverse perspectives and solutions. Dr. Hemavati, treasurer of IATLIS, efficiently managed the event as the master of ceremony. Her smooth coordination ensured the webinar progressed seamlessly. The webinar on Focus for Success, Define Your Destiny in LIS profession and beyond was resounding success, providing valuable insights and practical advice to LIS professionals. The event fostered a sense of community and highlighted the importance of continuous learning and professional development in shaping successful careers in the LIS field. The engagement and positive feedback from participants reflect the effectiveness of the webinar in addressing the key issues and providing a platform for meaningful discussion. IATLIS continues to support and inspire LIS professionals through such initiatives, contributing to the growth and development and advancement of field. Thank you. Now, it is my privilege to propose vote of thanks. Professor T.D. Kemparaj, sir, unveiled the new website and spoke about the objectives of IATLIS and emphasized the importance of website. Professor T.D. Kemparaj, sir, is the guiding force for us for every new step forward. Yes, sir. We would like to thank you for unveiling the IATLIS website and for delivering such an inspiring speech. It is always been our pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to seeing you again for the upcoming event. On behalf of IATLIS, I express our deep gratitude to you, sir. Dr. Jagtar Singh Ji, Director, Collaborations and Partnership of IATLIS, is with us. He is a man blended with long professional experience and good academic profile. He moderated the session very meticulously. I would like to thank you for moderating the session and for delivering an inspiring speech. On behalf of the IATLIS, I record our deep sense of appreciation and gratitude to you, sir. Thank you very much. On behalf of IATLIS, I'm honored to extend our deepest gratitude to Dr. B. Nagappa for delivering such an insightful and inspiring speech on focus for success, define your destiny in LIS profession and beyond. Sir, your address has been a remarkable blend of wisdom, experience, and practical advice. Your words have illuminated the path for many of us, not just within the library and information profession, but in our broader career and profession development journeys. The emphasis you placed on focus, determination, and defining one's destiny resonates deeply with us, and your guidance will undoubtedly serve as a cornerstone for our future endeavors. Your speech has reminded the importance of setting clear goals, staying dedicated, and continuously evolving in the profession lives. It has been a privilege to hear from someone of your stature and expertise, and we are immensely grateful for the time and effort you have taken to share your knowledge with us today. Once again, thank you, Dr. Nagappa sir, for your inspirational words and for being a beacon of success in our profession. Thank you very much. An event like this requires proper planning and execution. The president of IATLIS, Professor Ramesha, Professor of Bangalore University, has planned properly and executed. I thank him for making this event a success. Thank you, sir. We have been fortunate to be backed with a team of motivated and dedicated members of IATLIS. Vice President, Dr. Kushprit Singh Brar, Professor Srinivas Raghavan, Joint Secretary, Professor K.G. Jayaraman Naik, Treasurer, Dr. Hemavati BN, Regional Secretaries, Dr. Harish Chandar, Professor P.G. Tarsat, and Executive Council members, Professor H.P.S. Kaldra, Professor Sevkan, Professor Bolu Maharana, Professor Muhammad Hanifa, Professor B.T. Sampath Kumar, and Dr. Inderjit Singh. Thank you all. I thank everyone for extending their willingness to undertake various responsibility for making this event a success. I thank all the participants from the different parts of the country for their support, and I at least seek same support forever. Thank you. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Hema.
Just a minute. I want to congratulate Dr. Ramesha and his team for organizing this webinar successfully. In fact, they say well begun is half done. So it's very successful event. So because of network connectivity, I could not conclude. Well, I was trying to say that artificial intelligence is the byproduct of human intelligence. It's a programming only. So our library and information science professional job is application of artificial intelligence and algorithms, effectively as rightly said by Dr. Nagappa. So he has given good suggestion that in curriculum we should add diversity, particularly on knowledge management, content management, IPR, patents, and more focus should be on practical aspect. In that UGC model curriculum, it was also said that 40% should be on the practice. So it's not knowledge education. That is simply just like a passport to get visa from to visit different countries. So that is a degree, but the whole knowledge or wisdom comes with experience. And I request the organizers of this webinar to put the recording on the website. PPT with the participants. I am seeing the getting the messages, and more such events should be, and we should have a face-to-face event also. With these words, I don't take much of your time. I am deeply grateful to you for associating me with this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you very much,
for
sir.
your kind words. Definitely, we'll record all your suggestions in days to come. In future, definitely, with the help of all my team members, we'll going to conduct an webinar for UGC NET and JRF aspirants to motivate and inspire the students and the allies professionals, those who are interested to clear their JRF and NET examination. Hopefully, in collaboration with many other universities, we're going to take up the next webinar on UGC NET and JRF sessions. Thank you. Over to Dr. Hemawat.
Thank you very much, sir. And also, I would like to convey sincere thanks to Dr. Keshava for being a good effort in conducting this event also. So, dear all participants, the session concludes here. And all the registered participants will get e-certificates to their registered email ID directly. Need not to worry about that getting these certificates. It may take 2 days time. You will get individual certificates to your Gmail account only. And also, I would like to conclude here that the session is going to end with. Yes, sir. Keshav, sir.
1 minute. Just a minute. And I also request the participant, those who are not registered for membership, I request them for membership registration of IATLIS. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, sir. Thank you. The program concludes here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Nagappa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
sir.
Nagappa sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Nagappa sir, and Ramesh sir,
You all
Keshava
happy?
sir, even Madam
You all
Hemawat.
happy
Thank you.
Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Happy Sunday. Enjoy the day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Excellent session.
Thank you. Bye, Nagappa sir.
Yeah, bye, sir. Bye. Logging off. Thank you so much for your great opportunity to interact with you all. And budding
Thank
library.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Nagappa sir.
Thank you, Jacob ji.
Sir, thank you so much. Madam, namaskara. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ 4 ಕಲ್ಲುಗಳು ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ? ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ತಳ್ಳಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ